Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome for the very first time. My name is Rita and today we're gonna be trying the very viral Mary Phillips makeup routine. So it's mostly the base, how you do the base, and I've never tried this, of course. I've been seeing it all over TikTok and a bit on Instagram, so I thought let's give it a try. It is basically applying your contour and your concealer before your foundation. So that's what we're gonna be doing today, and this is of course the final look. So if you want to see how I got it, please keep on watching. Of course, the day that I sit down to film, it is extremely dark outside. It is about to start storming, so I need to hurry up and film this video. So first, you already know we're gonna try the Mary Phillips kind of viral way of doing makeup. So I am going to start by prepping my skin. I already have my usual skincare, but I want to get it very much hydrated and everything looking really good, because that is the key of any good makeup. So I'm gonna start with Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. Now that the Smashbox primer is dry, I'm gonna go ahead and do a second primer. It's like a primer skincare that I'm absolutely loving and I've been loving for a while. This is the Great Skin by Mary. This is the Instant Glow Serum. I'm gonna put a couple of pumps in the back of my hand. The only downside that I would find of this, and it is very minimum, it is pretty hard to get. Not hard, it's just that since it is a serum, it goes all over, and I just kind of like have to rub it between my hands and then basically add it on my skin. But I love it. I actually use this serum almost every night for a skincare, but also whenever I want a very well hydrated base, I use it as a primer. So today we are using it as a second primer. I'm gonna be super extra today and I'm gonna be using a third primer. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. This is pretty old at this point, but I love it. I use it a lot and it just gives that beautiful glowy base to any of my foundations or any of my skin tints. And it's a great way to make your skin even look a bit more plumped, a bit more youthful, that I absolutely love. And I'm just going to grab a foundation brush to blend this into the skin. I brought you in just a little bit closer. So now the very first step after all this prepping of the skin, which honestly I feel like every single makeup tutorial that I've seen ever from actual makeup artists, they always emphasize so much in a very hydrated, very prepped skin before you even apply any makeup. So although yes, these are considered, the three of them, kind of like, or the two of them, makeup products, like primers, because this is really more of like a hydrating skincare product, they are all going to serve you the purpose of getting a beautiful base before you go in with your actual foundation or skin tint or whatever you're gonna be using as a base. So anyway, let's go ahead and move on with the bronzer or the contour, which I decided to go for a more affordable one, just to show you that it doesn't matter if it's high-end or more affordable from the drugstore, you can still get the same very chiseled contour result, which of course is going to be a more lightweight contour because you want to make everything more seamless and kind of like, she calls it like the bones of the foundation, and then you're gonna put the skin, which is going to be the foundation. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Beautiful Skin just because I haven't used it in a while and it is absolutely beautiful. So let's use a dense, regular contour brush that I absolutely love. This one is from BH Cosmetics, also super affordable. So these two products are, between the two of them, less than $10, if I am not mistaken. I was thinking about using the Charlotte Tilbury or a cream bronzer from Fenty, but I thought let's go for the more affordable route, because I know I don't use a lot of affordable products in my channel or in my everyday life. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just apply it directly into my skin. And again, we're doing this before any of the foundation. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend. And I haven't done this, obviously. I'm just trying this for the first time. I don't know if I need to go heavier, which I am going to be doing, just because we're gonna top it off with foundation. A light foundation brush, it's going to help me to get this in a better, I guess, way. She uses a very big, sort of like this, but more fluffier, less denser brush to apply the foundation, but I don't have one like that. I don't think so. So I'm gonna go with a large stipple brush for the foundation. But right now I'm going to go a bit heavier on my contour, and if I find that I don't like how it's looking, like it's too lightweight, I can just add another one. But I think, look at that, I think it will be good. I think it's going to be contoured enough. So again, I'm going very heavy. Normally I wouldn't go this heavy. I've gone back to the product like 2 or 3 times on each side. But yeah, you can see I'm now pretty much very contoured, and nothing else is on my skin except for, of course, the primers that you already saw me using. But I would say this is sufficient. I think this is enough for the contour. What do you guys think? Am I contoured enough? Probably so. So let's go ahead and move on with corrector or concealer. She uses concealer, and everyone is concealer different than I do. I always use concealer and corrector to cover the whiteness that I have around my skin, especially around my eyes. But I'm gonna try to do this as close as I can as the way she does it, but with my bit of a twist because of the vitiligo that I cover. Let's go ahead with corrector, which is what I always use first to diminish a bit of that purple bluish veins that I have across my eyes or around my eyes because of the lack of pigment. And now that the corrector is done, we're gonna go on with concealer. So this is kind of like where she goes on and chisels or elongates the face a bit more, bringing it a bit with a lighter looking concealer. This is my regular concealer that I would use as covering, but it also happens to be a bit lighter. So I think we can get around with using it as both. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of like try to bring it up a bit, even though it's not really for that I use concealer. I use it to cover the whiteness and give my skin an even tone. So let's go ahead and use it up here. I'm gonna also use it here because I do have discoloration. I'm just gonna apply it in the normal areas that I would use my concealer. And now with my concealer brush, I'm gonna go ahead and start blending. With the exception of my red nose, I feel like this would look good by itself, but that's not what we're doing today. We're going to do what Mary Phillips usually does on Hailey Bieber, and I'm pretty sure also on like Kylie or Kendall. I don't even know who these makeup artists are whose. But let me go ahead and do just 1 pump of the foundation. That'll probably be enough. And I think she just basically goes like this and then starts applying. Like, she doesn't really apply foundation directly into the skin. So what we're gonna do, I just kind of like swirled my brush everywhere. I'm a little scared, not gonna lie. So let's go ahead and do this. So it's supposed to like help with a less dense brush so you don't move or cover completely what you did underneath. So in this case, the concealer and the bronzer. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stipple away the foundation. So what do we think? Do I look contoured enough? I added a little bit extra, so I'm gonna add just a tiny bit extra because I feel like my forehead didn't get as much product and the center of my face, like around my nose and mouth area. So I'm just gonna add a bit extra here just to make sure everything is equally blended or equally has product. But I think this is looking really good. Okay, so I got you in a little bit closer so you can see the skin a bit better. I think it looks pretty good. I think I'm very happy with how it turned out. I might just add a little bit extra concealer on this side, but maybe I'm just gonna leave it as is. After this, you're just supposed to move on and do your makeup like you would normally do. So I would just like finish my brows, eyes, cheeks with like some blush. But I don't know. What do we think of the actual contour? Do I still look chiseled from within? I don't know. I think for next time that I try this, I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury. I had it here just as a backup, but I think this is not as chiseled as I would like if I'm gonna go for like an actual contour, which is not the case of this makeup. This is supposed to be more natural, more seamless, which it definitely seems that way, but I like it. I think I really like it. So let me go ahead and finish up my makeup, and then I'm gonna come back and show you how everything is looking. All done with my full face, and I am absolutely loving. I feel like this is going to be a makeup application that I'm gonna continue to use. I really like it. I will make the change. I'm not gonna be using this bronzer anymore. I don't think this was the best for this look. I think I'm gonna stick to either my Milk bronzer, my Milk makeup, or the Charlotte Tilbury. I think it's gonna be so much better, but I still really like it. I feel like you can still see my cheeks defined, my face more chiseled in a more subtle way, which I absolutely love. For the remaining of my cheeks, or my face products, I use the Beautifying Face Palette by Charlotte Tilbury. Mostly these two were mixed together, and then for highlight, of course, I used this one. First I went on with the highlight and then with this two mixed. For powder, I did use powder only around my eyes, which is of course where I have my corrector and concealer, and I don't want that to move. So I used this little one from Becca. It's a sample size. This is the Hydra Mist powder. And that was everything. I went on with a brown eyeliner because I haven't used a brown eyeliner in a while, so I just went with that. And then for lips, my go-to. It has been my favorite lip combo for a little while. So 1990 by Merit. This is just beautiful, beautiful. I love it. And then I lined my lips first with the NYX Suede lip liner in the shade London. These two together I am obsessed with. Oops. But anyway, this is the final look. Let me get a little bit closer so you can see. I love how I can still see my cheeks chiseled and my face more defined without it being like a harsh contour, which if you know me, you know that I do not like that. That's the reason why I always go first with my highlight and then with my blush, so everything is more seamless, more kind of like glowing from within. So the contour from within is something that I'm really, really loving. Okay guys, so that's gonna be everything for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like always, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!